Even the simplest things in nature show us that comfort and safety form part of life itself. This is even more true for those who work. Greater comfort and safety mean less tiredness, greater efficiency, and better results from one's job. The human side of agriculture has long been taken into consideration at Fiat Trattori. This has led to an impressive research program designed to study and make provision for the natural comfort and safety requirements of those who have to use agricultural machines. Safety involves a number of features. The driver's cabin, for example. Ruggedly built with ribs and box elements forming an integral part of the structure, this offers 100% protection. Impact from outside is softened by this structure and the shape of the cabin, and there is very little chance of the roof collapsing. The petrol tank is placed at the back, away from the engine. It is shielded from the driver's seat by a steel bulkhead to prevent the transmission of heat. Hydrostatic oil bath brakes with a built-in balancing valve ensure a powerful and uniform braking action on both wheels. The handbrake is of the disc type and has been designed to stop the tractor under any conditions by working on the bevel pinion without any help from the ordinary brakes. Reinforced mudguards with box-type elements enable the chassis or the driver's cabin to be mounted on the tractor without modification. The bodywork is completely closed in. There is no risk of the driver's hands accidentally coming into contact with moving parts, such as the fan or drive belts. A good example of the attention paid to driver safety is given by the wealth of safety accessories and devices provided as standard features on new Fiat tractors, whereas other manufacturers offer them solely as optionals. Yes, safety. Safety checked and tested at all levels and under all circumstances. In addition, a new look has been taken at driver comfort. The results are the fruit of close cooperation between tractor designers and doctors and relate to the comfort of the driver's seat, the arrangement of the controls, and the steering system. In each case, attention has been given to the ordinary needs of the human body. Tiredness is brought on by vibration, noise, excessive temperatures, too much light, and the effort required to move the controls. Attention was therefore directed to eliminating or reducing these disturbing factors. Temperature, light and dust have been cut down thanks to the use of an automobile-type hermetically sealed cabin, fitted with filters on the air intakes and an air conditioning unit. Poor visibility can be a source of nervous strain. Improvements have been made in this connection by slimming down the blind spots to give the driver the best possible view of the field and his equipment. Vibrations and noise have been attenuated by mounting the cabin on rubber blocks. Fatigue, attributable to working the controls, has been reduced by making them more manageable. Steering and the movement of levers and pedals has been made smoother. The controls are sensibly placed round the driver. They can be reached by his hands or feet in a natural manner and without undue shifting of the body. Getting into and out of the cabin, something else that can now be done with ease and without awkward movements. Doctors tell us that a man's ability to work falls off during the day the tireder he gets. Comfort and safety. These are what have been achieved. Let's look at some of the experimental findings. Fiat's research program was designed to seek out the causes of fatigue and the different levels of tiredness corresponding to different working conditions. The ways of going about this were worked out jointly by technicians and doctors specializing in problems of this kind. 3 main stages of inquiry were agreed upon: evaluation of tractor get-at ability, evaluation of driving fatigue, investigation of vibration and its effect on the driver. Difficulty in reaching the controls and the amount of unnecessary effort involved are 2 features that go a long way towards determining get-at ability. Steps were therefore taken to measure the various angles a driver's limbs make when he climbs into a tractor and uses its controls. The result has been that on new models, all the movements required are simple, natural, and not likely to be the cause of significant fatigue. Getting into and out of a tractor can be a tiring job. The heart has to work faster and breathing is speeded up because of the greater demand for oxygen. An electrocardiogram shows us the driver's heartbeats at rest. After a greater amount of climbing in and out than would be normally required in practice, his heart rate shows nothing more than a normal increase. Driving a tractor is still classed as a medium or even a heavy job. The amount of fatigue actually imposed on the driver will of course depend on the type of terrain and the sort of job being done, as well as on features of the tractor itself, its ability to cushion bumps and jars, and the ease with which its controls can be operated. Before starting the tests, a doctor checks out the driver's physical condition. Tiredness is assessed by measuring oxygen consumption in 3 standard situations. Driving at speed on an asphalt road. A balloon containing the expired air samples is collected at the end of each test. A fresh balloon is fitted for a further test during ploughing. The test is then repeated during driving, first slowly and then at full speed over a twisting cross-country route. The balloons are taken to the laboratory. Here, careful chemical analysis shows an oxygen consumption that the doctors class as slight to medium. In other words, the amount of fatigue imposed on the driver in one of the new tractor driving seats is about the same as that associated with driving an ordinary car. A radio transmits the bumps and vibrations undergone by the driver's body. The signals are received in a specially equipped vehicle and taped. At the same time, oxygen consumption and heartbeat measurements are again taken. The test is carried out on a stretch of undulating track that reproduces the worst conditions likely to be encountered. The telemetered tape is used to repeat exactly the same stresses and strains in the laboratory on a special vibrating bench. Here, special equipment and a pre-arranged program are employed to make measurements and comparisons and to check the results of modifications and improvements introduced in the light of experience. The high level of comfort and safety achieved on Fiat's latest tractors point to the importance of two essential considerations. It is only when production is diversified and considerable scientific and financial facilities are available that large-scale research programs involving different branches of science can be carried out and a close harmony between the skills of the engineer and the physician achieved. It is only when the part played by man as the ultimate recipient and user of technological products and machines is constantly borne in mind that an effective contribution can be made towards improving the conditions in which he has to work.